How's it going, guys? It's Poetry Set, and welcome back to another episode of the Dutch Return Campaign, Europa Universalis 4, where we last left off. We had just finished up our wars in Europe, if I remember correctly. It has been 2 days since the last recording session for me, so not too long, but a little bit of time has passed. We vassalized Kedah, that's right. Game is lagging a little bit. Again, not sure why that's happening. I think it's just a game thing, not a computer thing, like I've had issues the past couple weeks. Or I had a couple weeks ago, rather, and then fixed. I'm pretty sure that I have gotten rid of those issues. But, still, could be that. But, I don't know. At this point in the game is when it starts to get a little laggy anyways, normally. So I'm not super worried about it. What should we colonize? We could colonize Africa inland, go start digging inland. Because there's no more trade regions, but there is a lot of provinces in here that we could get benefit from, you know. I'm not gonna knock it, you know. I'm not gonna knock it till I try it. Or we could also colonize Russia. Actually, Russia's already there. Wow, I didn't realize. Oh my god, I forgot Russia is so big. No, let's. I suppose we could try to go for more of like Alaska or something. Are we? Let's see. We can see who we're getting colonists from. California and Alaska. Neither of them have. Neither of them are giving us colonists right now, actually. So that's good to know. Also, I like how Dutch California is colonizing into Mexico. It's kind of funny. But yeah, let's colonize a little more of both of those areas. Should be good. Meanwhile, what were we working on, war-wise? I have some coffee. It's actually kind of late at night. I mean, it's about 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, I decided, you know, why not have some coffee? So we have actually, I didn't even really bring attention to the fact that we actually have conquered all the British Isles at this point. I mean, we don't have the, you know, the Faroes or, you know, and the Shetland Isles or whatever. But beyond that, we have everything else. Let's go ahead and might as well bring our armies over here. We need to figure out. We need to determine what are our priorities. What do we care the most about? I do think it's okay, that's not the biggest deal in the world. Go ahead and get a good general in charge. I think it's about time that we go to war with Brunei again. Kedah, again, with Kedah now being pretty much locked down, or, you know, with this whole node being locked down now, we just got to finish up Brunei and then go toward Majapahit. So I think that's what we'll focus on for the next little bit while we're burning off some aggressive expansion. We have another merchant now. We have so many freaking merchants. Like, it's actually crazy. I think here should be good. Towards Malacca. Yeah. We could steal some power from Ming. If we could do that, that'd be lovely. We have so much money. Like, actually, a ton. How much are we making a month? 167. Wow. Let's maybe go ahead and make, like, 100 trade ships. I'm not even joking. We're actually just gonna go ahead and do 100 trade ships, because of reasons. 1,000 days. Yeah, it seems fine. Seems fine. Is there anywhere that we could do it for less time? Actually, like in Africa, where there's just more ports, even if the provinces aren't as good or something, you know. Nope, still more. So I think we just say, you know, say what the hey, and do that. Cool. That's, you know, a couple thousand gold. I think we should also focus on building up our manpower even more, because once we have a ton of manpower, obviously, but once we go to war with France, it's gonna probably seem like not enough again. So honestly, just build up everything. I'm going to build up everything that has 500 or more. There we go. That's normally a pretty good rule of thumb. Actually, let's do Cebu as well, because it is an upgrade. Well, that's actually the other thing, is I always try to do the ones that have 0 slots left. Yeah, anything that has 0 slots, because that means it's upgrading. It has to be, of course, you know. Anyways, though. We have a lot of military points. There you go. Okay, well, Brunei. No, it's Brunei. Brunei, then Majapahit, and then who else? Cebu, allied with Majapahit. Again, I'm going to conquer all this land and turn it into a trade company, I think. I think that'll be fine. Because you do get a lot of benefits from doing the trade company as well that you don't get from having it as a state. Even though I do love having stuff as states in here where it's so potent, you know. Potent is a good word for that. But yeah. So, let's go to war with Brunei. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry that this had to happen this way. But it does have to happen this way. So, yeah, continue with that. I think we need to go to war with France soon, though, because they're kind of annoying me. And the Ottomans. They're you know, taking over all of our colonial land and whatnot, getting in the way of our stuff. Our actual strategy of blocking off people from making it here worked like a charm, though. I do think it actually delayed them quite a bit. It's just that eventually the range outworks, you know, the range goes the whole world, basically. But beyond that, it's kind of good just because now we don't ever have to siege any of these things because we have them already. We're never going to have to go to these annoying little islands. So that's awesome. I love it. Okay. Why are you not going there? So, yeah. Kedah. We should actually go through and look at all of our liberty desires. So Kedah is obviously the one with the most. Then Thomond, actually. That surprised me a little bit. I'm going to spend some on both of you guys, actually. Because Thomond we need to keep around long term. So Thomond, now that you are, you know, basically isolated, you're not really exposed to anyone else, it might be a good idea to now do the enable scuddage, because they're not going to be super useful in wars. But at the same time, when they do get stuff there, when they do get their armies into battle, it'll probably be good. And yeah, you know, I'm not going to worry about that. But, we could do enable divert trade. No, I think that's fine for now. Hamburg is the one that I want to do scuddage, I believe. I don't know, though, because right now I could use their help in wars. I definitely should do the divert trade now. It's good to, in my opinion, it's good to do it earlier on rather than later on, because when you do it early on, then it's like you know what you're working with, and it doesn't seem as much of a jump later. I'm also going to make you a march. We can't do that because start war. I want to make Aachen into a march because we are, again, they're going to be a permanent vassal. Almost, you know, more for roleplay reasons than really functional reasons, but still. They are going to be a vassal long term, so we should make them into a march. You know, the only reason not to have one as a march is if they are going to be a trade one like Hamburg. And Thomond is kind of like the balance. Like, I want them to give us trade. I also want them to give us help in wars and land, you know, troops, whatnot. Provide support in that manner. We have military points at max. We could strengthen the government. It actually only does it by 3, but it raises absolutism up by 2 as well. I think I'll do that once. Why not? Okay. Okay, there we go. Wow. 97% war score already. That's pretty easy. I mean, you can keep the rest of your land that you have over in the Philippines, because it's probably going to get taken from you anyways. Yeah, no one knew. War reparations, revoke these cores. Boom, get out. Okay, let's go ahead and make all this stuff core. Meanwhile, Aachen, I'm going to turn you into a march. Oh, it takes so much time. Gaelic separatists. Yeah, go deal with those guys. You know, one thing I haven't done that I should probably do is build forts and upgrade forts. Yeah, that's something I should definitely do. Let's look at... I actually think I need to revamp my whole fort system or whatever in our land. I mean, to be honest, we have enough money. We could just build forts in every single province and still support it. I don't think I want to do that, though. However, what I do think I should do is put a fort in Friesland, and in that way we have Ostfriesland and Gelre covered. So, because those are the ones they always go to siege, is the ones over here. That way they'll be covered. It's a marsh province. And then we have it next to our capital fort as well in Holland, which we need to upgrade. Antwerpen, I don't really care for. I'd rather have it somewhere else, like in Namur, but we, of course, don't own Namur yet. And we're going to need one eventually in, like, Vlaanderen or something. So let's do that. My long-term goal would be to have one in... Well, we could have it in Calais as well. My long-term goal would be to have it in... Well, I want one in Luxembourg, because it's woods. Having one in, like, Luxembourg, and then Calais, and then Cambrai, maybe? I don't know, those are grasslands and stuff, or, you know, farmlands, whatever. It's obviously not as good, but still. Again, I think it's fine. I think we can afford to have more forts in general. Ansbach has a coalition. That's kind of funny. Yeah, they're totally the main threat. Hey, you're actually happy now. And now I'm gonna enforce religion. Yeah, that's gonna work fine. No, it should be fine actually. We just need to keep improving relations with them. And yeah. Let's see. Okay, we should be about ready in a second here to go to war with Majafit. They're only allied with Cebu now, so we'll wait for that. Eventually our vassals, our colonial nations, are going to want to break free. However, we cannot allow that. What we need to do is we need to keep an eye on it. What are we going to do with Makua? That's one thing we need to figure out. What the heck are we going to do with Makua? It's about time, actually, for us to do another war over there, I think. And heck, we might want to, like, also conquer, like, you know, Congo at some point in time as well. We don't really need to, but it could be fun. We don't really need to do anything at this point. This is all just for fun. So with Makua, I don't really think they're the most useful vassal to have permanently, so I'm not going to just keep them around. However, in fact, I don't even know where the next of my permanent vassals is going to be. But I'm not sure if I really care enough to, like, integrate them, because that's a lot of points. Of course, we could then, like, what's our state limit at right now? Let's look at that. 33, and we're only at 20 states right now. And we only have one or two more of those in Europe that we even care about ever, really. Like I said, maybe, you know, in Asia we'll have some more. Like if we go to Japan, we'll probably make that into states. But I think we probably have enough that we could afford to make Zimbabwe like all into states, which is it's not the best land, but I mean it's not bad either. There's a lot of, like, I mean, it's highlands, savanna, it's stuff, drylands, you know, not the best stuff, but not the worst stuff either. You are allied with Nakore. Yeah. That seems fine. Alright, we will be able to conquer the rest of you in this war, I believe. Alright, Cebu. There you go. Okay, and then we'll declare on Majafit. I think actually you should come over here and help in so that we have both aisles blocked off here. You know, both lanes, Dota style or something like that. I've never played any I've never played any MOBAs really. The one MOBA I've played, the single MOBA I've played was for a while, my freshman year of college. I mean, it's not like it's that long ago, 2 years ago. Was Smite. I actually played Smite, which is like part of the reason that one. Also, the reason I played Smite is because I had a friend on the floor of my dorm that that played Smite all the time. He loved it. He was a nerd, but so am I. You know, like I had a respect for him in that manner. When I say someone is a nerd, I don't mean that in a negative way. But he was a nerd. He was the reason I say that is there's different classifications of nerds. Man, makes me sound more like a nerd than anyone else when I say it like that. But no. What was I gonna say? He was really into like Magic the Gathering and Smite and stuff. So I don't know. But he and I stay in touch with him occasionally and stuff. He actually went back home and I think he's doing community college back home in California. I think it was, you know, it's just not everyone reacts to going to college the same way, and for him, like being that far away from his family, it was harsh, or you know, hard, and I get that. Different strokes for different folks, right? So in any case, so we would play Smite all the time, and I actually liked it all right. I was like, yeah, this is fine. I guess the thing I don't like about MOBAs, again, I've only played that one, so I can't really speak too much about it in general, but with Smite, like, at least, it always felt like there was an optimal way to do things, or a couple optimal ways to do things, and if you wanted to try to experiment with new strategies, you'd just be like, you know, no, that ain't gonna, someone would, you know, like your teammate would be like, no, that's dumb, don't do that. You know, basically everything has already been tested before. It's not like you're not going to be able to discover anything new, any new meta, unless you're playing the game professionally. And I was like, I don't care to do that. So it was kind of interesting. That's one of the reasons I didn't really like it that much. Although in other ways, again, I thought I had fun with Smite enough. Sometimes when you get, like, you know, when you're playing a game like that and you get like a really good team combo to go off perfectly, then it can be really satisfying. I totally get that. It's like, you know, basically it's like you wipe the whole other team because you and one other teammate on your team, 2 out of the 5, landed a combo perfectly. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. You know, I don't remember because I haven't played in a long time, but it'd be like, you know, for those of you who played Smiley, it'd be like, you know, Poseidon with his big maelstrom or whatever, and then you like suck people into that. I don't know. But well, my point is, I don't know. I found Smite all right, but I don't know. I think MOBAs are just not for me. Oh, that's a real good general. MOBAs are just not for me. I don't know why. It's just, you know, everyone has different tastes. Like, I'm into grand strategy games. I'm not into first-person shooters that much, although I do play Rainbow Six Siege occasionally and stuff like that. But it just depends on the mood. But also, in general, I tend to have specific things, specific genres, like strategy games in particular, are the games that I really enjoy playing. I don't much care for some other whole genres of games, even if I don't mind watching them and stuff. I'll sometimes watch people play games like platformers, for instance. I've never been super into platformers. I mean, you know, Mario's fine. I like Mario enough. But I've never gotten super into Super Meat Boy or like any other of those games. Any Castlevania, and then by extension Metroidvania, Mega Man. Never been into any of those really. I did play a Mega Man back in the day on Game Boy, but it wasn't one of the platform ones. It was one of the other ones. I don't remember what they're called. One of the ones that was like an RPG sort of game. I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest. If I am remembering it correctly, I really enjoyed that Mega Man game, but it wasn't like a traditional platforming Mega Man game. But yeah, I don't know. That's one of the cool things about gaming and stuff, is that there is a lot of variation in gaming. A lot of people, you can almost always find a game that you're going to like. Even if it's not your ideal game, there might be some flaws, some things that make it less of like your perfect game, but I don't think anyone's perfect game has ever existed. For me, I've said this before on camera, a long time ago probably, and I don't remember in what video or what series or whatever. But for me, my ideal game would be a mixture of three. It would be a mixture of Mountain Blade Warband, Total War Rome 2, or just any Total War game really, but that's the only one I've played in that series, and EU4, or CK2 for that matter. It would be essentially a game where you start at a large level like this, at a mega level, or you could start at the smallest level. Now, and this is the thing. This is obviously the part where it's like, yeah, you're obviously not a game designer, because I'm not. But you start at a large level or a small level, depending which way you want to go, and you basically on a large level you have there's a strategy layer, an overarching strategy layer that acts like EU4, where you're nation building and stuff. Then when you are going into battle and stuff, when you're going into wars with other people, this game would take absolutely forever, by the way. But then when you're going into battle with other people, then you would control your troops in a Total War style, where you like see the whole regiments and stuff, and they're all represented, and you go, you fight the enemies on that level. Tactical level, I guess, would be the right word to describe that. A tactics-driven layer. Then, however, while you're doing that, if you feel like all your orders have been issued according to plan, then you click a button or something, or sort of like in Total War Rome 2, like they have a cinematic mode, except instead of being a cinematic mode, you actually switch to the point of view of a soldier, Mountain Blade Warband style, in which you can actually control troops individually. Maybe not your general, because your general would most likely realistically be behind the lines, not doing anything. But something along those lines, I feel, is my ideal game. It will probably never happen, because the amount of skill needed to pull that off, where all three of those layers fit seamlessly together, would just be almost impossible. It'd be like suicide to try to take on a project that big, and probably end up failing at it anyways. Of course, I don't know anything about programming or designing games, so I can't really say either way. But that's just, sort of my opinion on why it probably wouldn't work. But in any case, that's what I'd love to see the most. That's for darn sure, It's kind of interesting. I want to take Makassar over and whatnot. This area, so that I don't have to come back to it, really. Then take the stuff that we have claims on. Yeah, the stuff in there will be good. And yeah, that's good. Well, in fact, what we should do is go over here to Cebu and see if we can do that. Tell you what, I'll think about this in between episodes. But thank you guys for watching. Please go and leave a like and subscribe for more. I'm going to come back next episode so I can get a few more done in by the end of the night. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.